Greetings, citizens. Welcome back. In this very short introduction to Star Citizen video, I'm going to go over flight controls using the keyboard and mouse. That will help you fly your ship and navigate through the Star Citizen universe, starting right now. Now, in a previous video, we went over the first introduction to Star Citizen video that I did. We went over the basic movement keys on the keyboard, and it's, as you remember, those are the WASD keys for movement. You're going to use those same movement keys now when you go to fly your ship, but it's going to be a little different, and we'll get to that here in a moment. As always, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell icon for more updates. Listen to me ramble on about this game that I love so much. And as always, as a disclaimer, I do not work for Roberts Space Industries. You know, like I stated before, I just have a lot of fun playing this game. A lot of friends have been asking me, you know, how to do this and how to do that, and that's what these little introduction videos are all about. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember to go into interactive mode. You're going to hold down that F key, okay? And that will allow us to open the door. You're going to need to hold down the F key, all right, to stay in interactive mode. Now there's a way to leave interactive mode on, but we won't go into that right now. So let's go ahead and we'll make our way down. And of course, you know, I've been hitting the shift key to sprint. I've been hitting the space bar to jump, and all these same movement keys that we learned in the previous video, and I'll put a link down below. We're going to learn transfer over into our basic flight keys that we use to fly the ship into navigate. So without further ado, let's get up here and let's select our ship, and we'll get started. We're going to hold down the F key once again to go into interactive mode, and it pulls up, of course, our ship that we're going to use for this little tutorial. I guess we'll go ahead and, you know, I'm not sure what we're going to use here. I think we're going to use the Anvil Hornet. All right, let's get that going. There we go.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
Alright, so like I was saying, make sure you pay attention to this screen, because when you go to load or to retrieve your ship, it will tell you where you need to go. So, as you see, our ship is at landing pad D02, which means I'm on Port Olisar, section D. There's 4 sections, so even if you meet up with your friends in the same universe, on the same server, okay, they may be at a different section, so you may want to, y'all have to find a way to meet up with each other. And guess what? The tricks we're learning right now, on the keyboard and mouse, once again, like always, that's how I'm looking around and moving around. D2, right? Will help you do that. So we'll make our way to the airlock. So remember, you hold down F to activate the door, right? Puts you into that interactive mode, which means you actually see your crosshairs. This helps a lot. I mean, you're gonna have to do this a lot, so get used to hitting that F key and at times holding it down. Alright, we're over here at D02. Alright. Alright, here we are. I called up the Hornet. I like the ship. It's a nice ship to fly around in. Pretty well heavily armored. And now, remember, it does not matter what ship you have in your hangar or what ship you decide to pull up onto the landing pad to fly around in. These controls that I'm going to show you work for everything. Alright? Here we go. So, hold down the F key. Alright, see how as I approach the ship, it highlighted. This allows me to know where I can, you know, access, you know, certain parts of the ship at. Whether it's the cargo bay door, or as in this case, the pilot canopy. Here we want to go ahead and, while holding down the F key, we want to hit enter the pilot seat. And this does a nice little animation here where we get loaded up into our ship. And sometimes, you know, if it's a bigger ship, you, instead of going into a, you know, canopy or a pilot seat like this, you'll actually be walking inside. Alright, so hold down the F key once again, right? Put you into that interactive mode. Now you can look around. And as you're looking around, you want to look around and you want to find, we don't want to hit the eject. Yes, engine's on, but more importantly, there's a place, here it is, flight ready. Now, I'm going to tell you a quick little trick. It doesn't matter what ship you're in, find the lock button, okay? There it is right there. See, we can open the pilot canopy, we can open the ladder, we can open the exterior. Press to lock, press to unlock. When you press this to lock, it will lock this ship to everyone but you. So I strongly recommend that you, once you get into your ship for the very first time, press, lock the ship up. You can still exit the ship, no problem, and enter the ship. As you can see right here, the ship is locked. No one else can come up to this ship. I can walk away from it now, okay? And no one else can get in my ship. And it doesn't matter how big your ship is. If you hit the lock button and don't hit open exterior, just, go up to the door and walk out, by going to the door and hitting, exit ship or whatnot. Or in this case now we're entering the pilot seat again. It's going to open up for me because it's mine. You can do this. So if you're in a Freelancer, if you're in a Constellation, any ship, well, Hammerhead, lock your ship, okay? So we're back in the ship now. We're going to hold down the F key for it to go into interactive mode, and you can power on, and then you can come over here and do engines on, or they've added a nice little feature which is flight ready. So just click on flight ready, let go of the F key, and this will turn on your ship, this will turn on the engines, this will turn on the shields, this will turn on everything. Once again, we're using the keyboard and mouse. Alright, and now if I go to look around with the mouse, it's going to try to point the ship in that direction and fly the ship in that direction and all that. So just leave it alone, just to see how I'm want to fly over here now because I'm moving the joystick back and forth, right? All right, just leave it center, and all ships come with a vertical takeoff, which is nice. So, and that is accomplished by holding down the space bar.
Takeoff complete.
And as you can see, we fly straight up. Now, I mentioned in a previous video that I'd like to treat this game more like a Star Trek kind of game. That's why I use the keyboard and mouse. So your movement keys, which were once now on the station, have been transferred and been translated into the ship. So now if you hit the W, which you do not have to hold down, you can increase the amount of speed. And as you see, I'm throttling up there as my speed is increasing. Right? That's right here on the side on this ship, and I'm at 100. All ships go up to 100. You can hold down the shift key, which will increase. You know what we forgot to do? I'm so sorry. So we just took off from the station. We want to raise the landing gear, which is the N key. You hit that one time. There we go. Now the landing gear is raised. We're moving a lot quicker now. As I move the mouse around, there's the station, and as you see, we're moving a lot quicker. I did mention just a few seconds ago, if you hold down that shift key, it is your afterburner, and now, as you see, we're moving a lot quicker. I let go of the shift key. That is the shift key, remember, which is also your sprint key, okay? So, what else do we have? We have the S key, right, which is basically stop, okay, or slow down. Now, if you're ever in space, here's another trick. If you're ever in space and you just want to sit there and you want to look around and you don't want to accidentally move the ship, okay, my suggestion is that once you get the moment you get still, go into your interactive mode by holding down the F key, look for your engines, okay, and turn them off.
Offline.
Now that your engines are off, this turns off all the engines. Your maneuvering thrusters, your maneuvering jets or engines, and your main engines themselves. So now, I'm looking around, right, without, you know, holding on the F key, and I don't have to worry about the ship moving. I'm still looking at the beautiful station with Crusader in the background. Alright, so we're going to hold down the F key again. We're going to turn on the engines.
Engines online. Engines.
Alright, now we can move the ship again. Hold down the shift key, a little thrust in there. The last two keys for movement, right? A and D. So A, let's look at the station this way real quick. Let's stop. Alright. And now, let's get real still. Now, let's hold down the D key, and as you see, we're strafing, okay, to the right, which would be if you're walking, or if you're on the station, or on a planet, it would be a strafe to the right. Same with the A key. If you hold it down, you're now, the ship is strafing to the left. And if you were on the station and holding down the A or the D key, you would move, or, you know, run or walk, you know, either to the right or to the left. Or I guess in space, or in the water, port or starboard, right? So we've got basic flight now. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys in on another secret that I think is real important. So I hope you're still watching, which if you are, thank you so much. But pay attention. When you hit the F1 key, it brings up your Moby glass. Alright? This is so important. I can't begin to tell you. This is how I have learned how to navigate. Now, if you turn off the Moby glass by hitting F1, there are ways while you're in your ship to navigate. And by navigating, I mean by jumping from system to system, which we're about to go ahead and do here in a second. You can hold down your F key, right, which puts you in interactive. Then you can zoom in by scrolling your mouse wheel. And now you can come up here, and now you can move the slider. See, you can see the station. You can move your slider, and this, of course, if you move it all the way, see, you now have a star system, or a map, if you will, of Crusader. If you keep going all the way, you have the full star, or the actual system of Stanton, which Hurston is over here, AirCorp, all the different space stations, which I make all those deliveries to, which is how I make my money, the planet of Microtech. Oops, I'm going to do that. It's all right there. And so we can set a course or destination using this system. While it is effective, I have found it easier to set all of my destinations using my Moby glass, which once again is the F1 key. Down here at the bottom, get familiar real good with all of these icons, what they do, and everything in them. Learn all you can. This icon here, the skyline, is basically what I was just showing you in the ship. And you can do this while you're on the planet, on the station. You can do this anywhere. You can always pull up the skyline. Now from here, you want to zoom out by scrolling the mouse wheel out. See, there's Port Olisar. You want to scroll out. And for here, I can see Crusader. See, it's the same. It's the exact same. I find this easier to use or to navigate myself. You may find it easier to navigate in the ship. But right now, we're going to set a destination to Daymar. And by doing that, I have left-clicked it on Daymar. I have set route, which before, when I just go to set destination, right? Let's go to Eula. You see the dotted line, which I haven't really set the route, but that's where my target is. And to secure that target, or to secure that destination, I want to set route. But right now, we're going to go to Daymar, because it's real close. We're going to set our destination by left-clicking. Now we can turn off our Moby glass. And our destination has been set through, like, the way I look at it is that the Moby glass is connected, okay, to your nav computer. And so that allows you to set destinations. And now, there it is, there's Daymar, and it pulls up my quantum drive. How do you pull up your quantum drive? There are several ways to do this. You can go to interactive mode, and if you look down, you can spool your quantum drive, which will automatically spool it. Even if you have not set a destination, it will get that part of this whole thing ready. Another way to spool up your quantum drive is by hitting the B key, okay? The B key will pull up all the different plots or all the different places that you can jump to. And this specific case, we have plotted a course to Daymar. So there it is.
Is at 100%.
Now, if the spool drive wasn't already spooled up, as you can see there, it's spooling complete, calibration complete. And if you have not gone, let's shut down quantum drive real quick. All right, and we're not going to do it through the interactive mode through the ship. We're going to do it just with the keyboard. So there, it's off. I've turned off quantum drive by hitting the B key. So I'm going to hit B once. It has now turned on the quantum drive, or excuse me, the quantum drive computer, or the nav computer, I guess, the navigation computer. By hitting the B again, we'll spool up the quantum drive, and then by holding down the B key, we'll actually engage it. And set us out to our course. So, in short, your B key not only activates your nav computer, but it also activates your quantum drive. If you're having trouble getting to where you need to go or getting to your destination, like right now, I'm going to hit the B. See now, just then when I hit the B, all these different points popped up. Okay, I want to go back to Port Olisar, so I line up with Port Olisar. Now, if my spooling wasn't complete, I would engage the spool drive, right, by hitting B again, and that would activate, the spooling. Holding down B, actually holding it down, activates the quantum drive and puts you into the slipstream mode. So, your B is what we're getting from destination to destination. Wherever you need to go, whether it's a delivery mission, whether it's a combat mission, an escort mission, whatever you're doing, your B key. So you want to turn on your B key, you want to go find your destination, you want to activate your spool drive, and then by engaging it, you want to hold it down. The last thing we're going to learn, and then I've got to go eat dinner because my wife is waiting, is we're going to land our ship, because it doesn't matter where you go, you're going to need to learn how to land. In this case, coming up to Port Olisar, it's kind of nice because we're going to use the auto land feature. Now, let's be real. Any place you go, you can land now, thanks to Alpha 3.4. Just be careful. And by landing, you're going to want, since this is vertical takeoff, you're going to land the same way. Okay, by holding down the control key. Space bar allows you to fly up. Control allows you to fly down. Since we're landing at Port Olisar, we need to go ahead and hail them on our communications computer. So we're going to activate our F key to go in interactive mode. Any of these panels can be your comm computer. It looks like it's already pulled up here. There's Port Olisar landing server, so I want to go ahead and hail them by left clicking.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Alright, and as you can see straight ahead, it's lit up for me to where to go. Now, I don't want to hit anything, so I want to navigate properly by not flying in there at full throttle. I also want to come in straight, so I want to make sure. Oh, by the way, your Q and your E will have the ship roll to the right. Your Q key will have your ship roll to the left. One last thing before we land, if you hit the 5 key, alright, the number 5 key above on top of your keyboard, that will turn on your lights. I've been to some places where I'm landing during the nighttime and I can't see where I'm going, and that was something that I learned, is hitting that 5 key will turn on the lights. So, but where I can clearly see the station, I don't need to do that.
Okay.
But you do want to come in, like I said, evenly. You don't want to come in all crooked. And you also, by hitting the N key, you want to lower the landing gear. Now, of course, we learned at the very beginning of this video, if you don't, that landing gear, when it's lowered, you're not moving real quick, so you can move a little bit quicker than you were if it was not lowered. Once you come into your lit up area for you, if you hold down the N key,
Autopilot.
it activates your autopilot. Now, here's a trick I learned. Immediately hit that F key and go to interactive mode and look for your engines. The moment
Landing complete.
The moment you hear landing complete,
Have a pleasant stay.
Engines.
turn
offline.
off your engines. That will keep your ship completely still. Thanks again for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that little bell icon. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And I'll see you out in the verse.